Hey boys and girls, I know you're excited. It's time for a new spelling list. So as we look at our spelling words today, all of the words are going to have the N sound that we traditionally associate with the letter N. But they're not all going to have it spelled just plain N. So let's look at our first word. One of the patterns that we've been learning to look for is what that you see in this word. Right, we need KN. So KN goes together, I goes together, and T goes together. See if you can get where you can see my fingers. It, knit. Knit is like I'm going to knit a sweater. It's like we think mostly of little old ladies sitting with the long needles and they're sewing the yarn together. That's knitting. It's a verb. Let's look at this one. I see the same pattern, but I also see EE. So we have N-E-L, kneel. If you kneel, if you look, what's that word? That's knee, like the thing in the middle of your leg. So if you kneel on something, you have your knee on the ground. It is another verb. You can say, I was kneeling in the hallway to tie my shoe. Alright, what about this one? Well, I don't see KN in this word. Do you see anything that works together? You should see OE. So we have O's, nose. Now remember, put your hand on your throat and make the O sound. O. Is it voiced or unvoiced? Hopefully you said voiced. Parents, if you don't know what that means, if you put your hand on your throat and you make the O sound, you can feel your voice box vibrate. When you make a sound like the H sound, you don't feel your voice vibrate because it's unvoiced. You don't turn your voice box on for that sound. It's made with just air. So because our O is voiced, our S is going to be voiced. So it sounds a little more like a Z. Nose. This is a noun. It's like the nose in the middle of your face. Let's look at this one. What do you see when you look at this word? Let's get my camera focused. There we go. First thing I see is ER. And then I also see that C is followed by an E. So what's our C probably going to say? S. So you have S. Enter. If you need to, look at it this way. You've got a vowel and a vowel, so I'm going to divide down the middle. Center. Center. This is like in the Grace story. They sit their ant, or they don't sit their ant pile. They sit their picnic basket near the center of an ant pile. Alright, let's look at number 5. What do you see first? The first thing that jumps out at me is we have twin letters in the middle. We know that twin letters usually make one sound, which makes our 2-syllable word here divide a little different. We're going to divide after our double letters. So we have n, ug, nug, et. Nugget. This is probably going to be your favorite word this week because it's like a chicken nugget. What about this one? What do you notice when you look at this word? The first thing I notice doesn't really go with our sound circling. The first thing I notice is we have a root word and an inflectional ending. So since our inflectional ending is run, and run has a short vowel followed by one consonant, we have to double that end, or the ing makes the U long. We don't want this word to be ruining. I don't go ruining in the morning. Miss Oots doesn't go running in the morning either, but I sure don't go ruining. So we double that consonant to keep our U long, or keep our U short. So, but when I'm sound circling, I've got double N's, R, U, and I have one other thing that works together, and we're going to talk about it some this week. We have NG. Remember, NG is that real nasally sound that pushes your tongue up against the roof of your mouth. Okay, let's look at our next one. Just like I did with running, I see a root word and an inflectional ending. We have the word when, and we want to take when from a verb to a noun. We want to turn it into a person. And to do that, we have to add ER. Well, if you don't double the N, ER makes I nervous, and that word becomes whiner. You don't want to be a whiner. You want to be a winner. And to keep that I short, we have to add another N. I see double N's. I see ER, W-I. Winner! Okay, and our last word for this week is why, which they tell you is a tricky word. I'm going to rewrite it because it's kind of crowded with winner. They tell you it's a tricky word, but I don't think it's a tricky word. We've talked about that Y likes to pretend to be other letters. At the end of long words, it usually pretends to be the long E. At the end of short words, it usually pretends to be long I. That's why this word is Y and not W. Y pretends to be a vowel. Alright, boys and girls, these are your words for this week. Make sure you're practicing a little bit every day so that you're ready next week for your spelling test. Thank you for all your hard work, and I know you're going to do wonderfully.